Alright, we're live. We're live, guys.
Yeah?
Jesus is warriors.
9:22.
Alright.
You also made the Lord angry.
Sorry, you said 9:22. What's that?
Deuteronomy 9:22.
Okay, Deuteronomy.
You also made the Lord angry at Terabah, at Massa, and at Kibret, Hatava. And when the Lord sent you out from Kadesh Barnea, he said, go up and take possession of the land I have given you. But you rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. You did not trust him or obey him. You have been rebellious against the Lord ever since I have known you. I lay prostrate before the Lord those 40 days and 40 nights, because the Lord had said he would destroy you. I prayed to the Lord and said, O sovereign Lord, do not destroy your people, your own inheritance, that you redeemed by your great power and brought up out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember your servant Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Overlook the stubbornness of this people, their wickedness and their sin. Otherwise the country from which you brought us will say, because the Lord was not able to take them into the land he had promised them, and because he hated them, he brought them out to put them to death in the desert. But they are your people, your inheritance, that you brought up out with great power and your outstretched arm. 10. At that time the Lord said to me, chisel out of 2 stone tablets like the first ones and come up to me on the mountain. Also make a wooden chest. I will write on the tablets the word that were on the first tablet which you broke. Then you are to put them in the chest. So I made the ark out of acacia wood and chiseled out 2 stone tablets like the first one, and I went up to the mountain with the 2 tablets in my hand. The Lord wrote on these tablets what he had written before, the 10 commandments he had proclaimed to you on the mountain out of the fire on the day of the assembly. And the Lord gave them to me. Then I came back down the mountain and put the tablets in the ark I had made as the Lord commanded me, and they are all there now. The Israelites traveled from the wells of Jachanite to Mosra. There Aaron died and was buried, and Elsazar his son succeeded him as priest. From there they traveled to Gudaga, you know, jeez, and on to Jokbata.
Gudaba, where's that? Sorry, where's Gudaba? Is that where they're traveling to? Yeah, that's the city. What it was called at the time.
Gujoda.
Is it still called that now? Probably changed, isn't it?
It's not a city. I think they're traveling through places in the desert, innit? They're still in the desert, innit?
Judah.
And then to Jabata, a land with streams of water. At that time the Lord set apart the tribe of Levi to carry the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord, to minister and to pronounce blessing in his name, as they still do today. That is why the Levites have no share or inheritance amongst their brother. The Lord is their inheritance, as the Lord your God told him. Now I had stayed on the mountain 40 days and nights, as I did the first time, and the Lord listened to me at this time also. It was not his will to destroy you. Go, the Lord said to me, and lead the people on their way, so that they may enter and possess the land that I swore to their forefathers to give them. And now, O Israel, what does the Lord your God ask you but to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, to love him, to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, and to observe the Lord's commands and decree that I am giving you today for your own good. So, where was the 10 commandments in all of that?
In the ark.
No, what I mean is, in that little bit that I just read there, where was the 10 commandments? Where was the talk of the commandments of that list? It was at the bottom, innit?
Yeah.
So you remember when my man said to Jesus, what must I do to get to heaven? That's what a rich man said to Jesus one day, you get me? And Jesus gave him this very answer scripture, innit? The Lord said, you get me? Fear the Lord. You get me?
Right.
So the fear of the Lord,
walk
what?
in his ways.
Okay.
Love him. Serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. You get me? But then 13 it goes down. That's the last part. And to observe the commands and decree. But the first part it says, and now, O Israel, what does the Lord your God ask you but to fear the Lord your God. First thing, to walk in all his ways, to love him, to serve him, your God, with all your heart and with all your soul. You get me? So basically, you tell God everything. Good, bad, ugly. You understand? If you're doing this thing here, you're fulfilling the commandment, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
You're fulfilling the commandment.
Yeah.
But they never got this.
Read that again. Read that.
You get me?
Yeah, you said. Yeah, the Lord.
Go on, read it, Richard, because you've said it already. So read.
Yeah, now the Israelites, what does the Lord, your God, ask you? But fear the Lord.
Which is the
God,
beginning of wisdom.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, but he said the way he says it, fear the God, what's it? Fear?
The Lord
fear
our
the Lord God.
To walk in all his ways.
That's my one's,
Obedience, same thing.
Yeah, in
To
obedience
love
to him. To love him, to serve the Lord, your God, with all your heart and with all your soul. And the, what's that?
observe.
All right, question. I got a question. Say if I want to become a Christian now, like I want to follow this movement and I want to give my, like obviously my life to Jesus. Obviously I can't cope at this time. So what would be my steps in order for me to get that first encounter with the Lord?
Fear him first. That's the beginning of wisdom.
Okay. So I fear him. That's okay. I'm fearing him right now. But I want to take that next level. You know, like where where I was, because I've always knew God growing up. My parents has always took me into churches and stuff. They've told me about God. But it's only when I started going through, it's only when I got into trouble, I called out for God.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But say if I'm that person now and I want to connect with God at this moment, what will be my steps?
Well, this is here, 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So would you, like, that's why I'm asking.
Walk in obedience.
Nah, man. If
Okay.
right now, with this, remember, Jesus died, so it's a simple thing to
Oh, this
accept
is before
Christ.
Christ. This is before Christ.
It's a simple thing. You just ask Jesus to come
I know a lot of
into your
people
life.
say it's simple, but not everyone.
Bruv, nobody needs to go through a whole biblical thing of accepting Jesus in their life. You know what they make
Okay.
man say this prayer and rare. Nah, it's a decision.
Okay.
It's a decision where you've realized the truth. You know what I mean? You believe this thing, so you're gonna accept him. You know what I mean? When you came here, you came and you instantly believe. Now because you believe, your faith is activated and Jesus is in your life.
Okay.
You understand? You're not praying for fun. This is real to you. You know what I mean?
So okay.
before-
Sorry to stop you there. All right, Richard. So he said that as soon as you come, it kicked in. So
That's it.
how did you feel after that?
Your faith, like you said, your faith becomes
That first encounter with you and
first
Jesus when you
encounter,
first come.
I've always believed in God. That's one thing. I've always believed in God.
Okay.
I've always believed in God.
Okay.
That's why I've always survived. Well, I've always had. I don't know. It's like you always had someone looking over your shoulder. But the faith, like I said, it opened another door, another chapter.
Okay.
It opened. It's like basically put the key in the door.
Then it
opened
started
the
to
door.
make sense.
But before the door I was with God, but it was behind a door. You know, there was a door there. But now I've opened the door. And I'm with God now. I'm like, God, you understand what I mean? It's like,
Door is the heart.
yeah.
Okay.
The door is the heart, yeah. So
Yeah, I mean,
you've opened
okay.
your
Your heart.
Okay.
yeah, you've opened up your, yeah.
Okay.
When before I was with God, but I wasn't practicing, I wasn't,
You didn't know him.
You didn't
No,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So what would you
no,
say?
no,
Okay.
no,
All right.
no,
All right. What would you say you knew
no,
before then? What was that you knew?
I believe in God. I believe there was a I believe there was a creator. I believe
Because this is to the person who wants to give their life. I'm just.
the way I looked at it before, like life is life. There has to be a creator.
Yeah.
And to me, the creator was God.
It's just
Okay.
a
Yeah.
generic.
Okay.
Yeah,
And if we got to look at it,
I believe
it's
in
a
the creator.
simple thing. What did
Okay.
Jesus say?
Okay.
He says, seek, knock, and ask, innit? So,
it must be right.
if you seek Jesus, you know what I mean? You will find him.
Yeah.
If you ask about Jesus, you will get an answer whether you like it or not.
Okay.
You know what I
Say
mean?
what you just said then.
So when you say-
Seek,
okay.
knock,
Yeah, ask, seek, and knock.
and that's what I
you know
said. Once you open that door,
So if I want to give my life to Jesus right now, I'm finding it, I'm very difficult. I can't, like my living, everything's been stopped for me right now. I want to connect with my creator. what will be my steps right now?
Your steps right now, if you ain't got nobody around you that can help you, that's what I'm assuming.
Yes,
you have
that's
someone
it.
that's around you can help
And
you.
you've got all these,
Someone
and
who's
bear
a
in mind, you've got all these mixed messages. Remember,
Yeah.
right now, you've got the priest saying one thing, you've got, not to say that they're saying anything bad, but I'm just saying you've got loads of mixed messages. Do you get
But
what I'm
none
saying?
of that matter to the knowledge of Christ.
No, but to the individual who wants to give their
like,
life.
If you have someone you could talk to, you could pray with or pray over you, that person could help you lead your life to Jesus.
Of course.
But I'm going to speak to it as from my perspective. I believe in God, but it was a reaffirmation of when I see the power of God. I went back to myself and I said, yo, this is where I'm at right now, and this is what I'm going to do. Because man saw the power. You know what I mean? Now,
What was that power though? Like you saw for you to, because you said that you've had that encounter, but this time you've seen power in it. So why?
Yeah,
was
but
you
it was the understanding of faith, my brother.
Okay.
Without faith, it's impossible
It's
to
possible,
please God.
yeah.
So the moment your faith is activated, miracles happen, and that puts you in a different realm.
How
So
about
you
belief?
need faith,
How about
basically.
You can't meet God without faith.
How about belief? Like belief.
Belief,
Once you-
that's faith.
Faith, yeah, belief, yeah, it's the same thing. So like once you, like I said before I come here, it's once you see things happening, you see your life changing, and then you kind of, everything just falls into place. And then like you said, you're getting closer and closer. Then once you open up that door, you've got the faith is there now, you're with God. You're with God, and then it just grows. Everything just, you know what I mean? It grows. And now you're, like you said, as we go on, you're finding out more about God, and your faith is getting stronger and stronger.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Finish what you're gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a man like my Benji, Kev right here. Them man, when them man the first time them man they see a man drop in the church. Bloom!
Wow.
Them man they went back to their cell. And now it's serious, isn't it? Because that's the encounter. Because
think
every
that was
man is
scary.
different, isn't it?
Yeah,
So the first time you seen something, that could trigger something in your head.
Of
For
course.
me, it was realizing, bruv, I could win my case with this faith.
No, 100.
That triggered something in my head.
Okay, so it was the case really. What made you want
It was
to?
the case, bro. What do you think? You think
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie to man? It was the
No,
case.
100, yeah.
But that triggered something in my head, bro. And when that triggered, remember, everybody have different reasons to come to God. But we get different experience, but the same outcome. You see me? And that outcome is peace, and tranquility. Even though look at the world is messed up, bro. But
peace.
man, them is still here at peace. Even look at what things man them go
But
through.
why are we at
every
peace
day.
though? Why are we? Because we've got Jesus,
of
right?
Christ is our
Okay.
Christ,
yeah.
Because that's why I
Christ
asked that
in you.
question for that individual who's watching this. And they want to, like, what are these guys talking
no, we
about? They come together. What's it all about?
Yeah, we understand.
To get grown men in a room like this, bro, it takes a lot. You know what they do.
We gotta look at it like this.
Yeah.
When Christ came on the earth, the authority that Christ stepped with, he said to himself, hey you, come, follow me.
Follow me, yeah.
Zacchaeus, come down from that tree. Today is the day of salvation. It's the same thing when Christ was on the earth. Now he's not here. The Holy Spirit is here.
Yeah.
And he's doing the same thing like when Christ is on earth. But he's doing it through me,
Through
through
everybody,
you.
yeah.
And through,
You get it?
and through
It's the same authority, but it's
the
the
word,
spirit
the Bible as well.
that's
Right.
behind the authority. It's not to do with man, but it's the power of God, that spirit.
Right.
Spirit, yeah.
So it's the same when Christ walk and see the fisherman. Hey, you, come in.
Come in.
Follow
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
They went, got up and followed him.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But like I said, it's us that's what I'm saying. It's being here.
Zacchaeus,
It's being here.
come down from that tree.
That full, yeah.
Today, salvation has come to your house.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, bro. That's how God is working.
Working.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say?
Through.
So, trying to explain a spiritual aspects and a spiritual
Yeah.
You
thing now. You can't
explain
explain
it.
it. It's,
Yeah.
I'm just.
it's
So
very...
if someone want to give their life to Jesus, they have to have an experience. They will have an experience. It will come.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Because Jesus can't miss you if it's time.
Okay.
You see
Basically,
me?
when it's your time, it's your time.
It's your time.
But say for
Time.
people who.
No, you always...
Let me explain to you now. Go ask your question.
No, because I'm just thinking, say for the people who, like, they believe there's God, but then they say to themselves, if there's God, why are these innocent people dying? Or why, if there's God, why did my nan, because I had a friend called Gary, yeah? And basically he used to always say to me, bruv, if there's a God, my mum was a good woman. She was a good woman. She helped kids and she helped this and she helped that. Why did she die? Rest in peace, he's dead now. But he used to always say that to me. So That's why I'm asking these questions so these people can get answers or try and get some form of understanding.
How do you know where they've gone?
I don't know. I'm just saying what my mate used to say to me.
How do you know where
Look at it
they've
this
gone?